Good afternoon to you all. Finally, we have reached the penultimate part of this national conference on higher education and research towards a transformative and sustainable society. 3 days just whizzed past before we knew it. It was all over. And here we are at the valedictory ceremony. I'm reminded on this occasion of the last stanza of Robert Frost's poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowing Evening. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. We just heard in the last session how, through metaphors, the materiality of language comes to be weighed by meaning. And the domain of higher education is surely a deep forest, and much is yet to be discovered. Many promises to keep, many territories to traverse. But can we at all afford to sleep? The research and development cell of Tripura University has many miles to go, surely, but there is no time to sleep. For the motion that has been initiated under the guardianship of Professor Ajoy Krishna Shah, the Chief Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, and the two patrons, our respected deans, Dean of Science and Dean of Arts and Commerce, must not get de-accelerated. We must ensure all that. I extend a very warm welcome at this valedictory ceremony to our chief guest of the afternoon, Shri N.C. Sharma, Director, Higher Education Government of Tripura, who has kept aside this busy itinerary for the moment to be here with us today. We are fortunate to have you here with us, sir. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Ganga Prasad Pasain, to please take his seat on the dais along with the chief guest, Shri N.C. Sharma. I also invite to the dais our two patrons, Professor Shamal Das, Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, and Professor Badal Kumar Dotto, Dean, Science. Please take your seats, sir. I also request Professor Ajay Krishna Shah, Director, Research and Development Cell, and the Director of this conference, and the virtual mover and shaker of this conference, to kindly take his seat on the dais. I now invite Professor Utpal Chandra Dey and Professor Devashish Maiti, organizing secretaries of this conference, to kindly take their seats on the dais. And finally, I also request Dr. Shaptoshi Mitro, convener of the HERTSS 2023, to take his seat. Now we go ahead with the felicitation of our guests with uttariyas and flower pots. I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, to felicitate our chief guest this afternoon, Shri N.C. Sharma, Director, Higher Education, Government of Tripura, with our university Uttariya and a memento along with a flower pot. Sustainability and green. We go green with this conference. So look of greenery on the dais. Now I request Professor Ajay Krishna Shaha, the Director, Research and Development Cell, to felicitate Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you. May I now request Dr. Shaptushi Mitro, convener of the conference, to felicitate Professor Shamal Dash, Dean Arts and Commerce. Also, Dr. Mitro shall felicitate Dean Science, Faculty of Science, Professor Badal Kumar Dotto. I also now request Dr. Shaptushi Mitro. I request Dr. Shaptushi Mitro to felicitate Professor Utpal Chandra De, Organizing Secretary of this national conference. Shaptushi Mitro shall now felicitate Professor Devashish Maiti, Organizing Secretary, the other Organizing Secretary of this conference. I now also request Dr. Shaptushi Mitro to felicitate Professor Ajay Krishna Shaha, the Director, Research and Development Cell, and also the Director of this national conference. Finally, I request Professor Utpal Chandra De to felicitate the conference convener, Dr. Shaptushi Mitro. May I now request Professor Utpal Chandra De, Organizing Secretary of this national conference, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good afternoon to you all. You know, this kind of program normally have two different types of welcome address. One is at the beginning that we have already come across in our inaugural session, and now the valedictory session. The welcome address in the inaugural session is just like to express the welcome or just what we are going to do. So that has already been come across. Now the valedictory session, this session is just to assess what we have done as a part of the organizing committee, whether we have rightly done our objectives, our targets, whether we have rightly fulfilled. There might have some low falls that will be discussed by another organizing secretary. So in this valedictory program, first of all, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Sri N.C. Sharma, Director Higher Education, Government of Tripura. You know, as a Director of Higher Education, how much busy he is. So in spite of that, he has agreed to come with us in this program. I welcome you, sir. I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, who is actually presiding this function today, the valedictory function. He is also very much busy because the Vice Chancellor, he has a lot of work to do. And in inaugural session, he was there during the program and its arrangement. In every time whenever we sought out any kind of help, he extended all his efforts to organize this kind of workshop, is conference. So I welcome you, sir, again. I welcome Professor Ajay Krishna Saha, who is the Director of Research and Development Cell of this university. And this conference is actually the brainchild of Professor Saha. And this kind of conference, I think, in the university history is very first time, because this is an heterogeneous conference, means including science, arts and commerce and all. So for that reason, our conference has 10 number of themes. So I welcome you, sir. I also welcome our guest of honor, our two deans, Professor Shamal Das, Dean of Arts and Commerce, and Professor Badal Kumar Datta, Professor Dean of Science. They are also very much busy for their different academic schedule. So I also welcome them. I welcome the convener of this conference, Dr. Saptoshi Mitra. He took a lot of pain. I should say he worked hard. Whenever I called him at night, 11, 12, he was in his work regarding the conference. So I also welcome him. And I also welcome the participants, those who have come from different states and different places of our state and joined and enjoyed this conference, presented papers. I welcome our other faculty members, my colleagues, my students, those who are present here. And I also welcome other dignitaries that came from the other states, and they have kept our invitation and took a lot of pain to be here. And till now, some of them are with us. So I also welcome them. So with these few words, and once again, I welcome you again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Dev. Now I invite Professor Devashish Maiti, Organizing Secretary of this conference, to deliver the brief conference report, to present the brief conference report.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Guest, CMC Sharma, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Ganga Prasad Prasai, our two deans, Professor Badal Kumar Datta, Faculty of Science, and Dean Professor Shamal Das, Faculty of Arts and Commerce. Our Director of the Research and Development Cell, Professor Ajay Krishna Saha, and Organizing Secretary, Professor Utpal Dev, and the convener of this conference, Dr. Saptoshi Mitra. This 3 days conference, 10, 11, and 12th October we are going to finish today. One session is still going on. Within very short time, it will be finished. And in this conference, total things we have divided into 10 sub-themes. According to our University Act, we have different subjects, and some of the subjects within one group. In that way, we had 10 sub-themes. And accordingly, we have received abstract almost 300, 292. And these abstracts came from different parts of India, especially the Northeast. Even we have received abstracts from Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, Manipur, Tripura, UP also. And we have received 8 prototypes. And total papers we have divided, we made some expert committee for different sub-theme. And those expert committee divided those papers into 210 oral lectures and around 78 posters were there. And then some of the abstract they have accepted, some rejected, and some divided into 2 parts. And prototypes display, around 8 prototypes were there, and that was separate session. And from each sub-theme, we tried to get one best oral presentation as well as one best poster. Where we had less than 5 numbers of papers, we do not consider it, but others we have considered. And in this total scenario, some of the oral presentation was really, I mean, in international standard, even in best journal, they can submit these things. In future, we are thinking about this total paper, how can we separate them and how can we publish them. Obviously, we'll ask the authors if they agreed to publish these things. Whatever we have, we will receive with communication, different journals. If they agree, we can publish there. And especially the students who were in posters, we have seen their enthusiasm there. And some of the students is really very bright because the judges who made them and took the interview and they judged the total poster. So their report is, some of them are really very bright. So that's what we wanted in this conference. Actually, most of the students who are from this Tripura state, due to the, I mean, very less amount of the registration fee. I mean, in this national conference, you cannot see that registration fee is so much less. But still, we tried to, I mean, ask them to participate in this conference. And that's why most of the students from different departments, they participated and put the poster. So in that way, we got like around 300 different abstracts. So thank you all who have participated here and who have came here for this ceremony. And I think somewhere we have succeeded in this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Maiti. May I now invite Professor Shamal Das, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce and the patron of this national conference, to make his observations.
It's good afternoon as well as good evening to everybody. We are here for the valedictory sessions, but I do not agree with the word valediction. It is just the beginning of another beginning. Now, Honorable Director of Higher Education, Sri N.C. Sharma, our chief guest, our Honorable and beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganga Prasad Goswami, Professor Ajay Krishna Shah, Ajay and Professor Badan Kumar Datta, and Professor Utpal Chandra De, and Professor Maiti, and Shaptarshi Mitra. We are all known to each other for a long time. It is very embarrassing to welcome each another on the stage once again in the public. So there is nothing to welcome, nothing to forget, nothing to reject. We all accept. So in this 3 days national conference, as we have got to hear right now, we have got many papers, many people coming with papers, many faces. And that's a nice occasion to meet each other and then to see what is being done in the world of higher education across the country. Of course, the international aspect is always present in the academic discussions, it is always there. Now, it reminds me of a small song of a very long old Bangla film, সব কিছু বলা হলো বাকি রয়ে গেল শুধু বলিতে. So that old song is very nice and touching. We have talked to each other. Perhaps we have to some extent also disagreed, if not quarreled with each other. That is quite natural. Otherwise, without quarreling, learning never advances. It will be one-way track. It will never reach a better place of destination. So this is the first occasion Tripura University has organized such a conference spanning across different disciplines and subjects all together under the guiding leadership of our respected Professor Ajay Krishna Shah, who I'm quite sad to share with you that is going to retire in December. So before he's going, he has left a mark of his presence in this university. So I think that can be. Yeah. So, but as Dr. Parthasarathi said at the beginning, miles to go before Prost said he sleeps. I will say we sleep. We must go ahead. This auditorium will be there. These people will be there. Above all, these minds will be there. So we shall not sleep. We shall go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Das. I now invite Professor Badan Kumar Dotto, Dean Faculty of Science and the other patron of this conference to provide his valuable comments.
Good afternoon, everybody. Professor Ganga Prasad Prasing, our respected Vice Chancellor, CNC Sharma, Director of Higher Education, Professor Samal Das, Dean, Arts and Commerce, Professor A.K. Saha, Director, R&D Cell, Tripura University, Professor Devashish Baiti, Secretary of this seminar, Professor Utpal Chandra De. He is also the organizing secretary of this program. Dr. Saptarshi Mitra, the convener of this program, our esteemed faculty members, and faculty members of other universities and institutes, officers, staffs, research scholars from this university and other institutes and universities, and students. From 10 to 12, the 3 days, we have seen a mega event. And this is the first time in this university. That science, arts, or commerce, scholars, students are gathered here. The abstract books published by the organizing committee that I have seen that there are so many papers, a variety of subjects, variety of concept, research articles. But one thing we gradually deviating. We have not seen we have not seen the natures, the environment, the ecosystem that we live in. Gradually, we are transforming to molecular biology and other aspects of physics and chemistry. We have seen that a paper published in a good journal, that is the impact factor 14 or 10. We have not seen what is the utility of this paper. Maybe it's the academic value, but there is no societal value. So I'm requesting every research scholars that there are so many problems of our 140 crores people. You observe, you see. As a botanist, I know that in my department, no one know about the plants. In geology, no one know about the animals or insects or others. But one thing is clear. When a new snake or new bird discovered in Arunachal Pradesh, there is a national news. Just a single species discovered in India, new species. But there are so many molecular biology papers. We have received in the selection. There are so many papers, and there are excellent papers. Huge impact factor. But the nature is gradually we are neglecting. So think about the natures, observe our nature, and see our nature carefully. One thing is very clear. We have seen that there are dead concrete and the leaves, they are encircled on the stems, and the leaves arranged in clockwise. But one English scientist observed that one plant, the bears, the leaves are anti-clockwise. That means there is a huge mutation, and that paper published in Nature. So just observe my notes. In my PhD period, one of the professor in Nagpur University told me that Indian students are very much knowledgeable in theory, but they have no observation power. And that is true. And we are also. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dotto. I now request Professor Ajoy Krishna Saha, the director of this conference and the director of the Research and Development Cell, to present the conference outcomes and direct the future course of action. Professor Ajoy Krishna Saha, over to you, sir.
Today is the concluding day of this mega events. Is the conference at the level of nation and scenario. In this ceremony, we got our Director of Higher Education, Sri N.C. Sharma. When I request him for any occasion, he never refused my request. This is the beauty of Mr. Sharma. He has heavy official engagement, and at the expense of his duties, he came here, and I am really grateful to him. And our most vibrant Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganga Prasad Prasad, he actually ignited me, not in terms of monetary help. He always encouraged me to do something. By the people will recognize the Tripura University in national scenario. But my hands are bound with so many hardens. How can I project the university in a national scenario? But I discussed with my beloved colleagues how we can do the things to be enlightened in the national scenario. I have experiences in NAC and as well as the NIRF. We are getting 0 to 1 in perception below 10 scale point. What makes the sense? Nobody knows Tripura University. And when I was the nodal officer, they ask to give some credit to the other universities, other than your universities. Then what happens? I have to give the credits and ultimately perception value they are getting at their profile. But we don't have profile. Nobody knows from south to north, east to west of this Indian continent. In this conference, I tried my level best with all my faculty members, all my members whom do I salute every time. Almost 10 to 15 papers has published the national conference and various web pages. I got some information from my student from US also. Wow, sir, you have done the excellent job. But this made the perception below. Perception rate. People will recognize you. When the other people will rate you, then they rate you what you have done, what you nationally important events you have organized. When I take the challenge, some of my beloved colleagues told this, he said, what you are doing? Is it really culturing the academics? I wait for this day to give the proper answer to them. What happens? There is a various multi-hybrid mode people assembled here. What we do in our lab? I know that you, the people, are brilliant in your research and academic exercises. We are very much engaged with the course curriculum only, but we don't think for the society at large. This needs the transformation. You, the people, first transform your mindset. Then you will be then a party of the journey. That means you do something, your result in your exercises should be go to the ultimate level of the society. You don't think that you are the developed countries. People suffering from hunger. They don't have any food, shelter, and nothing else. This is the transformation. This is the transformation of society. And this transformation should lead to a sustainable nature, not a one go, you are getting this some gimmick to the society. It should be sustainable. That's why what need the transformation? Transformation in terms of transdisciplinary sense of science. Science does not mean that we are exercising physics or chemistry, something else. Literature also a science. Music also a science. Dancing also a science. Spatial knowledge in any domain is science. And you think all these things. I have planned and I have rather encouraged to form a drafting committee. It may be interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. The nomenclature is different. And they will draft. Suppose one committee will be science domain, one committee will be social science and arts, one committee will be commerce, one committee will be engineering, another committee will be literature. This committee will sit together. They will find a way how their research, their motivation can be implied in the societal development. They will direct the authority. These are the ways and these are the areas, these are the avenues by which we can start our journey towards the upliftment of the society. Science has given the comfort. Now it is very obvious that the exploitation of the mother earth, nothing else. But when we, at the age of myself, when we go retire, what message will be goes to the society? Our country is a highly populated, second in the world in population. It cannot be addressed by simple way. All the stakeholders, academician, higher education, school education, every system. Chandrayaan do not have any impact on the society. I may be in debate. But if your research goes to the society, societal benefit, it will impact. Chandrayaan do not, nobody is going to rate Chandrayaan not below 10, if it is a 10-point scale. But our perception will be below 0. Are we in a position to create a robot like this who can solve all the problem? No. What to do? We have to go at what the NAP people can realize. And these processes, already UGC have noticed that RDC has formed maximum 10 to 11 months. I can claim it is a challengeable job done by the Tripura University. They asked me to send a report. What have you done? You need to. From the text of the chairman. Then now, this is the achievement, one of these. I am telling frankly. Now, this is not the. I'm expressing my feelings during the course of journey of 3 days. That's why I may speak too long to you. At the time of bringing down of the curtain of this event, my dear companions of 3 days, I think you are satisfied with our academics at least. We tried our level best to make you exercise the academics what you have. I have some experiences in conducting international conference during my PhD period. I know what is what. I am not jumped here by chance. So I know that what is academics now, the scenario has been changed. Now the people mindset has been changed, and transformation is the urgent call of the society to make the people getting updated to the societal necessity, societal crisis, national crisis. And until and unless we address this problem, the nation cannot claim the supreme authority in the globe. The plenary session, I heard very vividly. There is a bunch of various concepts. I enjoyed very much. I enjoyed very much. And this is the academics and how they amalgamate. Every speakers, either from constitutions, either from environmental science, either from any branches of languages, environmental science, every speakers are very conscious about the NAP and sustainable development and transformation. They have told, they have shows the vision of the legacy of this planning, how to make the coherent way of this lacuna vacuum to be filled up with this other concept. I got lesson and I will create a roadmap by your advice, sir. And this roadmap will be for the future person who will be in the chair, who will be in the authority select. And this should be example that if you oblige to your duty, then you can do anything. Then you will face some criticism. The why I called CN, can you tell me? I don't. If any VVIP don't come here to as an ornament in our program, it will not spreading or advertisement which gives us perception value. We don't have the technical devices like JNE or BHA by which we can claim first or second. But our perception is getting below, and ultimately it is a most measurable measure. I recommended the authority to what measure should be taken. And it was discussed at my time in the presidential level. What are the recommendations of? And authority should be conscious of each and every circle of surveyed either by the NAC or the NIRF. What recommendation is given by the expertise member, it should be properly addressed. Otherwise, you will be in the static level, B plus, B2 and something else. And from my very early services, I tried Vice Chancellor to form a digital cell. At that time, some laughed at me. What you are almost telling like what nonsense you are telling. People are using the paper. That's a must enough. But now the people in the chair can understand. Documentation is very important. We have so many brilliance of activities, but it should be assembled in such a way that can be documented in various rating agencies. This documentation is lagging. In the last year, the NEC performance was very good, as because it has perfectly started the documentation. Before that, there was no documentation. I was a witness of all this NEC in my period. I'm not telling anything extra. And that's why I invited our Honorable Chief Minister, and he has agreed. And somebody asked me, why don't you give the minus program? I have some obligations. They compel me to make the dias only 5% only. How can I make the minus program? I compelled the Chief Minister and his members. I cannot talk to Chief Minister every time. His OSD and other things. This is the scenario. This is the academics. It's not the proletariat platform. Otherwise, we have the corners of pillars have to make face in the dais. You have to compromise. 8-man dais out there. And in the 9th evening, I got the clearance from the secretaries of the CM to publish the minutes. If I must have what I can do. But the protocols of 5 members, I denied. The protocols cannot be maintained everywhere. We are telling protocols, maintain protocols. And what protocols? If you feel that you are a member of this society, member of this institution, then you come forward and do something for the venture which we have to do. Honorable CM also agreed with me. No, nothing to be compromised with. You do these things. And this is the actual story I should express in this platform. When I started this program, some of the members told me that, sir, it is make it international here. अरे हम बोला भाई तुम लोग डबल प्रमोशन नहीं चाहिए. You start with class 5, 6, 7, and 8, not 5 to 9. You know, our fund is limited, our workforce is limited, our space is limited, and our venture is different. You can address the expertise from different fields, 10 sub-themes. That's why I told them, advised them, and ultimately it was national level. Only the 50 days exercises makes the event success. Why? Am I the person? No. Person is my colleagues organizer. I am the zero capacity people. I don't have capacity. I don't have power to dictate them. No official something. By my affection, I let them, I should say, compromise with their holidays. I restricted. I promised that you feel that is the election embargo. Don't take any leave. Don't go for station leave. They maintained. Somebody has to abide by my dictation or order something. These things can done. Everything is done by my organizing members. I have to manage all these things. I have to go each and every session, and I have to consult with the chairperson. They're telling us what you have done. Your paper is worst paper is the national level, and best paper is the international something else. It may not be a societal important, but this is the academics. Now, it is not the usual lecture or something else. I'm taking time, but I have to express. I may not get any platform like this to beat you touch, to make you touch with me. This is the last platform of it. And now the people who will go ahead with this journey, I will prescribe some roadmap how to go ahead with the thinking. You do your excellent work, no problem. You keep some space in your research lab to get it acquainted with the societal development. Every work has societal importance. It may be dancing. Morning I have some dancing also a language. You let the people dance in the terminal part of the society. It will make a sense of beauty. This should be approach. Your biology, physics, and chemistry, physical science, education, engineering, immense avenues are there to exploit for the society. If you take the venture, whatever I'll do, whatever I will apply for the project, you should keep an object for the societal importance. And transdisciplinary subject. I will tell the people, my teaching fraternity, that you do something in the multidisciplinary ways. The fruits of all the branches, when work in cespitous condition, it will like a king, super king. And some of these fruits when reach to the society, it will do have. So I will request all my friends, my teaching fraternity, your sincerity, devotion in academic excellence is never questioned. But my humble submission, you make him student to do something for the society. And you get them engaged in some NGOs, society. In NLP, there is a unique thing. You go for make the literate the people, it will also credit it. What are the avenues are there? You don't have the masters and something DSC, but people can teach you. Industrial people, management people can teach the society, teach in PG level, UG level. We are in a problem with implementing the NEP in UG level. MC Sharma ji हमको बोल रहे हैं in the meeting, you make the formalities how to appoint the guest teacher in different subjects which are incorporated in the NEP. Value added, ability enhancement, skill enhancement. Then my opinion was that you don't think the people from master's level. You ask the people who are experts in their field only. A plumber of experience in 10 years, he can give the lesson in practice how the plumbing can be done. This should be the recruitment policy for the national education. Now the diocese or podium is for others. Good evening and hope you enjoy the puja vacation. And if I speak very much, if I done anything wrong, it's not the wrong with the members. It's for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajoy sir, for those power-packed words of inspiration. Higher education in the state of Tripura has witnessed a watershed in its history over the last 1 year with the successful planning and implementation of the new education policy 2020. I now request our chief guest this afternoon, Sri N.C. Sharma, to share his experiences on the stage with us on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. In this national conference organized by the Tripura University, in that as respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Deans of Science and Arts, Honorable Director of this project, that means faculty, this national conference, other respected professors in the dais, respected professors of the university who are present here, assistant professors of some colleges, and research scholars or different fields who have been assembled here and presented their papers in this national conference. I must tell that in such a way, Tripura University greeted me as the chief guest of this conference. I am very much delighted. This is the conference of the academicians and research scholars. I am the only person who is not academician. All are big academicians present here, research scholars present here. And what I had been informed that a good number of papers have been presented here. And most of the papers are having excellent values and which may also be presented in the national and international level. When my sir, Dr. Vijay sir, told me that he would call the teachers of the colleges to come and present papers in this conference, I invited all principals to send the faculties so that they can get the scope for presentation of the papers. So far, I heard that only 10 colleges, the 10 assistant professors have been present here. I am not happy. I am totally not happy. I thought that a good number of assistant professors from other colleges also will be present here. Because this is the age of research and development. It is not the time only for teaching the students going to colleges and institutions and only teaching. This is the age of research and development. This is the age of multidisciplinary approach. This is the age of perception. I and your Vice Chancellor sir also were present in the national conference 2-3 months back in New Delhi. After completion of 2 years of new education policy at national level, then all the dignitaries of India who were directly linked with the education policy were present there. I heard many papers and many discussions there. And that is the only two things I can summarize, what I should say, that one is the multidisciplinary approach in research and another is the contribution to the society. What you are doing, it should contribute something to the society. And I already heard that since I am born and brought up in Tripura, and it is a part of northeastern region, there should be indigenous approach also. As you are research workers, research scholars. When you write the headings of the research project, you say that this is the study of this in reference, special reference to this. This comes after. I hope that in all cases, this in reference to that, this should be in Tripura. This should be related to Tripura. This should be related to Northeast region because it is geographically and ethnically almost we are same. So that is the case. There are many subjects where we have to work, which will give direct contribution to the society. Suppose I am giving example. One great example here, my sir, Shankar Chaudhary, he worked in the colleges. You must know that. He was the college teacher, my direct teacher. He was started in colleges with actual first in Tripura. Vermicomposting, this is the common word now. Everybody knows, you know. But at our time, when I was a student, well, just I have come and I started some work in the engineering college after coming from Calcutta University. Then he started research in vermicomposting. This is the first time. And now he is also working. So why now this kind of works are we are not seeing in the colleges? In the NEP fourth year is the research work in the colleges. So my dear assistant professor who will come here from the colleges, you start. 10 is enough. You start. And another is the multidisciplinary work and group work. Group work. It is not the age of individual research. It is the age of group research. Everywhere in big institute, when you go, you will see that one group is working in a particular subject, particular area, so that everybody can develop in that is thinking of one is that is less than of thinking of many persons. So multiple approach, group approach is required for the research, and it is also the mandate of the NEP. So I am telling, I have given the example myself. I started in the colleges. Why? Because the colleges also there is limitation. Of course, there is limitation. But if anybody want to work in the colleges, they can work. There are many fields. Suppose science, arts, commerce. Now, suppose one example is drug addiction in the northeastern regions with special reference to Tripura. This is a big area where you can work. Teachers, students of psychology can work. They can study the psychology of the drug addicted person or anywhere outside the university will get at least 10 drug addicted persons. Why they have been addicted? What is the social structure which made them addicted? What is the financial conditions which made them addicted? Who are the persons who are giving provocations for addiction? So this is the areas you can work. And you give the findings that these are the findings we have made and government has to take these actions for this. So this will be a great contribution of the society. Suppose socio-economic condition of the old age tribals in Tripura. You will see that in many markets you will go, you will see that the octogenarians, septuagenarian tribal people are sitting in the roadside and they are selling vegetables and such and such. So this would be the subject of sociology or other social sciences subject, that how they are earning their food, what should the government do for this. So this kind of works can be done in the university level as well as in the college level. Because if indigenous research are done, that is research are done on the indigenous matters, and if you the brains, you are the main brains of the society. If you give something what should be done by the government for the development of the society, we are the part of the government and we are bound to implement this. So my request from the government will be to all research scholars, all professors and all research workers, to do something what directly affect the society, directly contribute to the society for the development of the society. Professor Bhagan Dutta, yes, rightly said, rightly told. We work in the molecular biology, we work in the theoretical chemistry, we work in the theoretical physics, but we should work in the practical field also. We should work in the practical field also, because there are many fields. There are many fields to work. There is, suppose now one topic nowadays we see in the NEP and many colleges have also taken mushroom cultivation. It is a subject for research. How this mushroom cultivation can be done, how it will add to the society as a food. So this kind of activities can add to the society as a beneficiary in a beneficial manner. So in every subject, I'm not telling that you do not do the theoretical research. This is the main work of the academician. But being a director of higher education, I request you that you also do research in the subjects, in the fields which directly contribute to the society. Our research work is going rapidly in the country. We are in the 7th position in the QS ranking. Now we are in the 7th position with 45 institutes. So it will increase. But being one of the biggest country of the world, our academia, our policy making bodies should work hand by hand and do the best for the society, do for the best for the development of the society. I hope we all will work in this way and will make our university. And another thing I have told about perception. Yes, perception is the matter. You will see many private universities, private colleges, only due to the perception. They are getting the students, they are getting the research scholars, and they are sitting with the big professors of the country in a dais. In the New Delhi, when I see, we saw, he was also there, one youngest vice chancellor, I think 35, 36 or 40 will be age, of a private university of Uttarakhand. He was sitting with the big IIT professor bosses and vice chancellors because his only performance and perception. So perception is a big matter. In a small area like Tripura, in undergraduate college, you will see assistant professor means they are highly qualified. But you go to the Holy Cross College. When one student get admitted in government college, he is not ready to give only 200 rupees for admission. But same, due to perception, same student, same category student going to Holy Cross College and getting admitted. That is the only the result of the perception. So you have to make the perception, you have to make the, that is what you are doing, it should be documented. If it is properly documented, then you will get the perception. And if it is properly published in the appropriate forum, then you will get the credit. Otherwise, you will be working, we will be working, but we will not get the credit. But we are working all together. We are hopeful in future that we will do something better and for the development of the common people of the society, because we have come from the common people of the society. So thank you all. With these words, I'm not an academic person, so what I have told from my heart, and thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement and also directions on the research and innovation opportunities in the Northeast. May I now invite Professor Ganga Prasad Pasai, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tripura University and the Chief Patron of this National Conference, to deliver the presidential address.
Good afternoon, namaskar. The respected chief guest, Shri N.C. Sharma, Director, Higher Education, Government of Tripura, Professor Ajay Krishna Saha, Director of this 3 days National Conference and also Director, Research and Development Cell, Tripura University, Professor Syamal Das, Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, Professor Badal Kumar Datta, Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Devashish Maiti, Organizing Secretary, Professor Utpal Chandra De, also Organizing Secretary, Dr. Saprasi Mitra, convener of this 3 days national conference, faculty members of the different departments sitting in this hall, faculty members from different colleges of Tripura, resource persons, students, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Today, in this evening, we are sitting here in the valedictory session of this 3 days mega academic event, which has taken place in these 3 days, and I consider this as one of the biggest assembly of academicians in the campus of Tripura University since last 3 years. Therefore, I, on behalf of Tripura University and my own behalf, would like to congratulate Professor Ajay Krishna Saha, Director of this 3-day national conference, and also all the faculty members and the students who have worked overtime to make this a grand success. My dear colleagues, we all know that, as a responsible teacher and academician, apart from teaching, we also have to do research in this university. And this type of activity is a part of research. And another very, very important thing, rather benefit, I will say, which are given which are given or which will be given to the young research scholar is that they have been given opportunity to showcase, to present their research paper during this 3 days conference. All our research scholars may become teachers, may become politicians, may become, administrator in the days to come. And in such events, if we give them this type of platform, where they will be given freedom to present their views, to present their research output in front of other fellow delegates. So this is a training ground. Such type of academic program, conference, seminar is a training ground for our research scholar for future. So from time to time, we should organize this type of conference. Now, coming to the number of papers which have been presented in these 3 days national conference under various themes. Just now, Professor Ajay Krishna Saha told me that nearly 180 papers have been presented in this mega event in many parallel technical sessions. Now, my suggestion, which I have also told in the inaugural session, also that we need to divide these papers in different themes and sub-themes. Like, for example, papers related to physical sciences, paper related to biological sciences, paper related to social sciences, paper related to literature, arts, fine arts, etc., etc. And editorial board may be constituted for various themes. There may be 4 or 5 broad themes for the purpose of publication. And I like to advise again to the faculty members under the chairmanship of editors, dean, and director that papers writers, papers presenters may be given at least 2 months time to revise or update their papers, and their papers may be collected in the consult team and correction may be made. If you complete the correction in soft copy, I assure you that I will again tell you that I shall take the responsibility of publishing all these papers by some reputed publisher outside Northeast. Then all the paper writers and presenters shall be given 1 complimentary copy of the book free of cost. I can do this. I would like to appeal again that in future also we should plan to organize at least 1 international conference at university level and 1 or 2, minimum 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, this type of 2 or 3 days national conference, and also all the department may plan to organize at least 1 or 2 day national conference, at least 1 conference in a particular academic year. For money, yes, we have some limitation, but we can collect registration fee, and from university side also we'll give as much grant as possible, depending on ability of our budget. So we have started a new chapter of academic achievement, academic deliberation by organizing this conference. And I wish that this type of academic exercise should be a regular feature apart from teaching, examination, etc., in the campus of Tripura University. I will not take much time. Last but not the least, once again, I congratulate Professor Ajay Krishna Shah and all the faculty members who have worked overnight, who have worked overtime for making this mega event a grand success. I look forward to see the corrected papers in the form of edited books near future. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. We now invite feedback from our participants, respected guests, students, research scholars. Feedback is extremely important because that feedback provides us with directions for the future. So on behalf of the research and development cell and the organizers of this conference, I would invite some feedback from students and participants. So if anybody wants to share his or her own thoughts, ideas, criticisms on how you want to want us to take this forward, this initiative forward. Yes. Please feel free to come to the dais, or the hand mic can be circulated. Yes, is there anybody out there?
It is National Symposium present, and it was very successful National Symposium. And I also presented basic paper, and also shared one session. And also yesterday discussed with Professor Maiti, and also today the Department of Forestry Biodiversity I had suggested to it is the conduct such kind of national symposium in every year, so that more participants of the college teachers, researchers from the universities can that is the greatest scope. This is my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we can accommodate one more.
Thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I'd like to say.
Please introduce yourself first.
I am Adrita Nandi, research scholar from Department of Human Physiology. One thing is that it would be very much inspiring for us, especially women, if any female representative would have been on the dais, I think personally.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else who would want to speak?
Very good evening to all. Myself, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Sinha, Associate Professor from Vidyasagar University, Midnapur, West Bengal. First of all, I am very much privileged and convey my sincere thanks and gratitude to the organizer to invite me, especially Professor and Devasis Maiti, and all the organizer. The total 3 days event is very grand success, along with the hospitality, the guest house, and the fooding also very great. And in future, if any type of conference, something international level, and if the committee or organizer members, they can invite me and come again because the campus is very beautiful. I'm very grateful to the this is because very beautiful and very lots of biodiversity in your campus. So that is very great. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Due to the shortage of time, I think we cannot accommodate more feedback. So we straight away move towards the award ceremony, the award ceremony here right now. First of all, let me announce that we are going to provide awards for the best oral presentations in various themes, various thematic areas. So I would request the student volunteers to be ready. Please come forward with the award, the certificates, and the. So the best oral presentation for theme number 1. The first theme was language and literature, and the winner for the oral presentation is Davinjoy Tripura from the Department of English. His presentation was on a comparative study of the prosody of English and Cockborough. Davinjoy Tripura, are you there? Please. Please come over. What are you waiting for? I would request UNC Sharma to kindly do the honors. The next field, social science and education. Rochelle and Lepcha, please get ready. Please come forward. Rochelle and Lepcha. Her paper was on the Guyanese and media, a study on the effect of media on the Guyanese. Are you there, Rochelle? Well, Rochelle seems not to be here. She will collect her certificate later on. So the next theme, medical, pharmaceutical, and health sciences. That was the theme. Partho Shah is the winner. Best oral presentation, and the theme of his presentation was targeted inhibition of colorectal cancer proliferation. So I request the Dean of Science, Professor Balun Kumar Datto, to hand over his certificate and his medal. Partho Shah. The next theme, natural earth, nature, earth, environment, and applied sciences. Shushmita Chakraborty. You there? Shushmita Chakraborty, please come forward. I will request Professor Ajay Krishna Shah to kindly present her with the medal and certificate. Her paper was on dose-dependent effect of polystyrene microplastic on skeletal-muscular metabolism in male vista rats. Next theme, engineering and technology. Please get ready. Thank you, sir. So engineering and technology, Ritinava Bonik. Ritinava Bonik, please come forward. I would request Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly present the medal and the certificate to him. Ritinava Bonik, transient memory device using lysozyme enzyme for sustainable electronic applications. That was his paper. Thank you. Next, agriculture, food, forestry, and animal sciences. Shazidul Hussain. Shazidul Hussain, please come forward. I would request Professor Devashish Maiti to kindly present him with the medal and certificate. Shazidul Hussein's paper was on design of low-cost paper-based pesticide sensor. Thank you. Next, the theme is on sports and physical education. Onkur Jyoti Fukon. Is he there? Onkur Jyoti Fukon. Yes. Please come forward. And I will request Professor Shamon Das, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce, to kindly hand over the certificate and medal to him. Ankur Jyoti Fukon, his paper was on biochemical effects on sprinting ability over various curve lane radius. I would also request Shamon sir once again to do the honors for the Interdisciplinary and Applied Approach Award for Shudeshna Devbarma. Shudeshna Devbarma, her topic was language acquisition scenario among corporate speakers in Tripura. Please hand over the certificate and medal to her. Truly interdisciplinary, isn't it? You're from the Department of Geography and Disaster Management, working on language. That is truly interdisciplinary. Thank you, sir. Now we move over to the best poster presentation in various thematic areas. Once again, language and literature, Dipanita Sarkar, best poster. I would once again request Professor Shamal Das, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce. Is Dipanita Sarkar present here? Okay, Dipanita Sarkar is not present. Fine. The next theme, medical, pharmaceutical and health sciences, Debulina Chakravarti, best poster award. I would request Professor Utpal Chandra to kindly do the honors here. Debulina Chakravarti. Her poster was on antibacterial effect of Carica papaya extract and its hepatoprotective potential in experimental animals. Thank you, Professor Utpal Chandra. Next theme is Nature, Earth, Environment and Applied Sciences. The best poster award goes to Supratim Chatterjee. I would request Dr. Shakrushi Mishra, the convener of the conference, Supratim Chatterjee. His poster was on seasonal fluctuations in Mars water ice clouds, a study using Mars color imager and global climate model. Thank you. The next theme, engineering and technology, Ratnendra Mishra. He has won the best poster award, and his poster was on temperature-dependent viscosity behavior of alumina dispersed in glycerol. So I would request Professor Utpal Chandra once again, please, to do the honors here. Thank you. Next theme, agriculture, food, forestry, animal sciences. The award goes to Diptonu Dash. I would request the Dean of Science, Professor Badal Kumar Doctor. Are you there? Diptonu Das, please come forward. His poster was on histological organization of cerebral neurosecretory system. Neurosecretory system. So with this, we come to the end of the poster presentation award giving ceremony. Now, the best prototype display award has been won by Dipankar Das. Dipankar Das, and then geopolymer-based construction materials, brick, block, tiles, and pavers. So I would request Professor Devashish Maiti to please kindly do the honors. Thank you so much. The other certificates shall be awarded at a later time. Please contact the Research and Development Cell. It will be announced later. So with this, we come to the end of the prize giving ceremony. And I would now request Dr. Shoptoshi Mitro, convener of this national conference, to propose the vote of thanks. Okay, this is again another announcement. That is, the certificate distribution will be happening in the auditorium itself. And after the certificate distribution is over, I mean, we will have a photo session in the auditorium. So please stay back after the vote of thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. I feel very much privileged to give this vote of thanks in the valedictory session. The dignitaries on the dais, our chief guest, Sri N.C. Sharma, the Director, Higher Education, Government of Tripura, and President in this session, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Ganga Prasad Roshan, in Tripura University, the Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, Professor Shyamol Das, and Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Badal Kumar Datta. Both are the patrons of this national conference. The Director of Research and Development Cell, Professor Ajay Krishna Saha, and the dais, 2 organizing secretaries out of 5, Professor Upal Chandra Deb and Professor Devashish Maiti. And ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed dignitaries and respected scholars and fellow participants, I stand before you today with a heartfelt with a gratitude as we conclude the National Conference on Higher Education and Research towards a transformative and sustainable society. Held from 10th to 12th October 2023 at Tripura University campus. It has been an intellectually stimulating and thought-provoking journey that we embarked on together. As we gather here in the valedictory session, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to everyone
who has contributed to this this event. On behalf of organizing committee, first and foremost, I would like to extend the sincere thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, again, and the organizing committee for their visions and tireless efforts in making the conference in reality. Therefore, their dedications and commitment have been instrumental in shaping this instrument into a resounding success. I would also like to acknowledge the express of our gratitude to all the keynote speakers, Professor Ekolopo Sharma, and also the speakers of the plenary session from different institutes and the universities, Dr. Mrinal Pal, Professor Satyadeo Poddar, Vice Chancellor, MBB University, Professor Achin Chakraborty, Justice Subhashis Talapatra, Professor Lokhinarayan Chatpati, Professor Amiya Kumar Panda, and Professor Chidananda Bhattacharya. On behalf of this organizing committee, our sincere appreciation also goes to all the participants, delegates, students, research scholars who made this success of this conference in a vibrant way and in dynamic platform for the exchange of the ideas, experiences, knowledge. Your active participation and engaging discussion have made this conference an enriching experience for everyone involved. We are deeply grateful to the reviewers of the technical committee and the abstract committee for their evaluation and ensuring the high quality of presentation during the conference. Your dedication to maintain the academic excellence in Tripura University conference is commendable. A special mention of the gratitude goes for the sponsors and the partners who have gave the generous support in this event, making it possible for us to provide a platform for this dissemination of the knowledge and the promotion of the sustainable participants in the higher education. Last but not the least, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to the organizing team, volunteers, and the teaching other faculties, non-teaching staffs who work tirelessly behind these sensors of the ensure of this particular conference successful. On behalf of the organizing committee, also, we are thankful to the finance branch, the finance officer, to the Register Tripura University, and other officers and non-teaching staff for their wholehearted cooperations as and when needed. Thank you one and all for being a part of this remarkable conference. Safe travels, best wishes for your future endeavors. Goodbye and again see next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mitra. So with this, we come to the end of this conference. So thank you once again to all of you who have come from near and far to attend this conference and make this a great success. The certificates are there outside in the registration desk, and it's divided according to themes. So please collect your respective certificates. Thank you all once again.